Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's becoming more and more important in our digital age, but one that a lot of us haven't really thought about. What happens to your digital stuff when you no longer around? I'm talking about your photos, your social media accounts, your emails, your cryptocurrency, even your gaming accounts. This is your digital legacy. Think about it for a second. We spend so much of our lives online. We build communities, store precious memories, and even accumulate valuable assets. But have you ever stopped to wonder who gets access to all of this after you pass away? It's not as simple as just handing someone your password. This is where the concept of digital inheritance comes in, and trust me, it can get complicated. Let's start with the basics. What exactly are digital assets? Well, it's a huge category. It includes anything you own in a digital format. This could be your emails, social media profiles like Facebook and Instagram, photos and videos stored in the cloud on services like Google Photos or iCloud, your music and movie libraries, documents you've stored, online blogs you've written, and even your online banking and investment accounts. And don't forget about things with real monetary value, like cryptocurrency wallets, domain names, or revenue from a monetized YouTube channel or blog. It's a vast digital footprint that tells the story of your life. The biggest problem is that unlike a physical photo album or a box of letters, these digital assets are usually locked behind passwords and protected by privacy policies. Tech companies have terms of service agreements. You know, that super long text we all scroll through and click agree on without reading? Well, buried in that legal text are rules about what happens to your account when you die. For many years, the default position was that your account and all its data would be permanently inaccessible or deleted. Your family would have no way to get in. This has led to some really heartbreaking situations. Imagine a family grieving the loss of a loved one, only to find they can't access years of photos and videos because they re-locked in a cloud account. Or imagine a partner trying to sort out finances but they can't get into the deceased's online banking or crypto wallet. It adds a whole new layer of stress and pain during an already difficult time. Thankfully, things are starting to change. Recognizing this growing problem, some major tech companies have introduced tools to help you plan ahead. Let's look at a few of the big ones. First up, Google. Google has something called the Inactive Account Manager. This is a fantastic tool. You can decide what happens to your Google account if you've been inactive for a certain period of time, say 3, 6, or 12 months. You can choose to have your data shared with up to 10 trusted contacts. They'll get an email with a link to download your data from services like Gmail, Google Photos, and Google Drive. Alternatively, you can choose to have your entire account automatically deleted after that period of inactivity. It's a proactive way to control your data's fate. I highly recommend everyone with a Google account set this up. It takes just a few minutes. Then there's Facebook, now Meta. They were one of the first to tackle this issue. Facebook offers two main options. The first is to have your account permanently deleted upon your death. Your family would need to provide proof, like a death certificate, for this to happen. The second and more popular option is to memorialize your account. A memorialized account is a place for friends and family to gather and share memories. The word remembering will be shown next to the person's name on their profile. The content they shared remains visible to the audience it was shared with, but the profile won't appear in public spaces like people you may know or birthday reminders. No one can log into a memorialized account. Furthermore, Facebook allows you to designate a legacy contact. This is someone you trust to manage your memorialized account. A legacy contact can't read your messages, but they can do things like write a pinned post for your profile, respond to new friend requests, and update your profile picture and cover photo. It's a way to give a loved one some control without compromising your privacy. Apple has also joined in with their Legacy Contact feature for your Apple ID. Similar to Facebook, you can designate someone who can access your data after you pass away. Once you've set it up, Apple gives you an access key. You need to share this key with your designated contact. After your death, they'll need to provide both the access key and a copy of the death certificate to Apple. Once approved, they'll get access to your photos, notes, mail, and other data stored in your iCloud account. It's a secure process designed to protect your privacy while still allowing your loved ones to preserve your digital memories. But what about everything else? Not every platform has these neat built-in tools. What about your Instagram, your Twitter, your TikTok, your online gaming accounts with valuable skins, or that cryptocurrency wallet with a few Bitcoin in it. This is where things get murky and require more traditional estate planning. Legally, digital assets are often treated as part of your estate, just like your house or your car. However, accessing them is the main hurdle. This is why it's so important to include digital assets in your will. You can't just list your passwords in your will because a will becomes a public document. That would be a huge security risk. So what's the solution? The best practice is to create a separate, secure document that lists all your digital accounts and the necessary information to access them. This could be a password manager, a secure digital vault, or even a simple, encrypted document stored on a USB drive. In your will, you can then refer to this document and specify who your digital executor is, the person you trust to manage and distribute your digital assets according to your wishes. This person would be given instructions on how to access that secure document. Let's talk about some practical steps you can take right now. First, make a list. Go through your phone, your computer, and your browser's bookmarks. List every single online account you have. Don't forget anything: social media, email, cloud storage, shopping sites with saved credit cards, streaming services, financial and investment platforms, gaming accounts, and cryptocurrency exchanges or wallets. It will probably be a longer list than you expect. Second, for each account, decide what you want to happen to it. Do you want it deleted? Memorialized? Do you want the data passed on to someone? Write down your wishes for each one. Third, consolidate your access information. The safest way to do this is with a reputable password manager. These services not only store your passwords securely, but also often have features for emergency access or digital inheritance. You can designate a trusted person who can request access to your vault in an emergency. You set the rules for how and when they get that access. It's a much safer alternative to a spreadsheet or a notebook hidden in a drawer. Fourth, utilize the legacy tools provided by companies like Google, Apple, and Facebook. Go into your settings right now and set up your inactive account manager or your legacy contacts. It's the easiest and most direct way to manage those specific accounts. Fifth, and this is crucial, talk to your loved ones. Let your chosen digital executor know what you've set up and where they can find the necessary information. It might feel like a strange or morbid conversation to have, but it will save them an incredible amount of difficulty and heartache later on. Make it a normal part of your planning, just like talking about a will or a life insurance. And finally, consider speaking with an estate planning lawyer who has experience with digital assets. Laws are still catching up to technology, and they can vary significantly depending on where you live. A professional can help you create a legally sound plan that ensures your wishes are followed and your assets are protected. This isn't about being morbid. It's about being prepared. It's about protecting your legacy and making things easier for the people you care about most. Your digital life is a significant part of who you are. Taking the time to plan for its future is one of the most considerate things you can do for your family. It ensures that your memories are preserved, your assets are managed properly, and your final wishes are respected. So my challenge to you today is to take one step. Just one. Pick one of the things we talked about, maybe setting up your Google Inactive Account Manager, or starting that list of accounts, and do it this week. You'll be taking a huge step towards securing your digital legacy. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this gave you some valuable food for thought. If you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you thought about this before? What steps have you taken? Let's start a conversation. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.